Hey there, this is Darren. Are you frustrated with someone or something? Is there just something that's just driving you nuts? Ugh. Oh, I can relate, and I bet you can relate at some time and some point. But how do you handle that? How do you take that energy and channel it to something good, something that's going to help you or serve you? Because sometimes people are frustrating, and sometimes things are frustrating. And hey there, Darren and Joseph, welcome. Just things are frustrating sometimes, and a lot of times we have this tendency to just get mad at the other people, and they should do that, and they should do that, or they shouldn't do that, and it's just not right, and it's just not fair. And I've had this recently when I've been, if you're following along, I've been moving one of my systems over to a new shopping cart and a new merchant account called Stripe, and it's just driven me crazy. And here I am moving from this merchant account that's, let's say, older and not being updated, and so I move over to this newer, cooler one, and I'm thinking, awesome, it's going to systematize better, it's going to be easier to use, and yeah, I'm going to have to learn a few things. But there was some basic things about it that just, I'm like, are you kidding me? I have this old cart that I've had for 20 years, or since 1998. I've had it that long. And your brand new, super cool one doesn't even do this basic thing? Charging one price up front and then a different price that seems so basic. And the new company, finally, they have good customer service, but they were overwhelmed with Christmas, and they actually called me, which I was like, well, that's pretty cool. But I'm asking him, and so I ask you, how do you handle the person or the situation or the something that stresses you out and frustrates you? And I had to revert back to an old lesson. I think, if I remember right, it came from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. I think that's where it came from, so I want to give credit. But the question is, help me understand. Help me understand. So I'm frustrated with this new cart and the new merchant account. So I got the guy on the phone. I was trying to be upbeat and positive, but I wanted to be honest too. So I told him I was frustrated, and I said to him, just help me understand. You have this new, cool, super cool system, and yet it can't do some of the basics. Please help me understand. Am I missing something? And he went on to explain how this software came about, and that it's really designed for developers, not necessarily end users. So they are changing things, and they are listening to what customers want, because they're finding this other market of entrepreneurs like me. But it helped me take a step back and realize that sometimes we get frustrated with the other person. If we were in their position, well, we would obviously call them back. Well, maybe you don't know what's going on in their world right now, and maybe there's something that's even bigger and more life-threatening or challenging, or maybe you pissed them off once and they don't want to call you back because you were a jerk last time. So it's such a powerful question. Help me understand. We don't have to agree. It doesn't mean the other person's right. But if we can at least understand why they're driving us crazy or where they're coming from. It's the old adage, walk a mile in their shoes. But I found that question to be super helpful to me. Help me understand. Instead of going ballistic, instead of shooting all over them, realizing that maybe it's me and my mindset. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong thing. Maybe instead of finding, oh, this is stupid, why won't this work? I had to stop, and I even told my team and staff I had to back up a little bit and ask a better question. Okay, how can I learn to love this new system? How can I find something that is helpful that the old system didn't use? How can I at least understand where the person's coming from? We don't have to agree with them, but we also have responsibility to not let us get super frustrated, not let us to be taken out of the game because of something that someone else did. We give them the power over us. So we've got to, I've been catching myself lately, so I'm sharing what's real and what's happening in my life, and hopefully it helps you with a challenge and maybe you're facing right now. So this is the 90-day challenge, challenging you. If you have a message, if you have something you care about, if you have a message you want to get out, if you want to help people, if you're a speaker, you want to help people, well, instead of doing one speech every other month at maybe a Toastmasters group, if you're a Toastmaster, why not give a message every single day? You'll grow faster. You'll help find your own voice more quickly. If this message resonated with you, please share it. Please comment on it. And most importantly, though, forget that. Well, don't forget that. But tell your story. You have a story, and someone needs to hear it, as my coach, Mark Brown, told me. See you tomorrow.